Jeff Al Gilberts. Welcome to my live call tonight. And did you know 5,000 would join you today and if you hang around, I'll explain that. And for those of you that don't know me, I've been involved in network marketing for over 40 years. I share a lot of what I've learned on my journey on these live calls. I started in this business totally broke, sold a junk truck just to get started. And the last 27 years, I've been full-time. 5,000 people would join you today if. How would you fill in the blanks? And what do I mean by that? Let's talk just a little bit about that. Because actually 5,000 people join statistically. It's been reported from the DSA that 5,000 join every day in the United States, a network marketing company. 60,000 around the world. But in the US, it's 5,000. So when I said 5,000 people would join you today, if they knew you, that's the key. If they knew you. I had one leader reach out to me from another country, really good looking leader. I mean, young, got a body with like zero fat, muscular, he's awesome looking, incredible public speaker, I've seen him speak, and he reached out to me, he said, what have I got to do to get involved in attraction marketing? And I said, it's what I've been asking you to do for a long time. And that is start engaging in social media more often. Start using platforms like Zoom and things like that with your team. I said, listen, it doesn't matter how good looking you are, how sexy you are, how charismatic you are on stage, your gifts and all that. If people don't know that you exist, they're not coming to you. They're not coming to you. Now, I want to tell you that you don't have to be sexy and charismatic, but the one thing that you do have to have is the quality of consistency. That's the key. And see, putting yourself out there in social media and things like that, the problem and the prevailing attitude is people expect too much too soon. And when they don't get what they want, they stop. It's like network marketing, right? Isn't that what we tell people? It takes time. The principle of the law of growth, that what you sow today, you don't reap tomorrow. It takes some time for it to grow. Now, some of you might get really fortunate. You might find somebody that takes off and starts creating numbers, right? But I'm saying realistically, how does it really work? And it works through sowing today, sowing tomorrow, sowing the next day. And then why? Why do we do it that way? We do it that way because we know what we sow today, we won't reap tomorrow. We're going to reap it later. But keep in mind, later you're going to need it. Later you're going to be glad you did. Later you're going to say, man, that day I wasn't going to do anything. I'm glad I did it. That's right. That's why you always have to forecast your future needs. But in the present, you've got to take care of those needs before the future happens. And that's how network marketing works. So what you do today, you may not see results for, from that activity for a month or 2 months, maybe 3 months. I mean, I had a guy call me, didn't even know who he was, and he said, hey, I want to join with you. I want to sign up under you. I said, who are you? Oh, I saw this video that you did 10 years ago, and I just never forgot it. Now I'm ready. Whoa. Now I'm going to tell you, that's not the norm, okay? Thank God for that, okay? Because I don't think we have to wait 10 years to see results. I don't think it takes that long. No, it doesn't. It comes at different times. That's the whole thing. We can't predict it. It's like trying to predict the weather, right? It's impossible. But the thing is, all I know is that if we consistently show up, that's the breaker right there. That's it. Because you know what? If you don't have talent, if you're not charismatic, if you're not movie star in appearance, if you're not, and the list goes on and on and on, when the list finally ends, it's going to say, it doesn't matter. It's if you're consistent. Now, so let's just take, and it doesn't matter, whatever your cup of tea is, whether it's going to be Facebook or Instagram, or if you prefer LinkedIn, a more professional platform, it's up to you. But the point is, you have to consistently show up in it. Now, how often do you need to consistently show up in it? Show up every day. That's what you need to do. And now I spoke with a panel of people, and these were all young people. As a matter of fact, it was at Eric Worre's GoPro Mastery a few years ago, and Eric reached out to me. He said, well, we're looking for somebody that's over 40. And I said, well, since I'm 41, I guess I agree. I'll do it. Anyway, and so I'm on stage with all these good-looking girls and guys, that are at the top of their companies. I mean, very sharp young people, right? But, I listened to one down there, and he's talking about you need to post about every other hour. Post something. And I'm like, this is totally crazy. I don't agree with that at all. Finally, when it came time for me to speak, I didn't say I disagreed with him. What I said was, that's posting or, constantly through the day and the evening is not what Facebook is looking for. What they're looking for is engagement. So if all you can do is post one post a day, but come back to it at, when you can, through the day, through the evening, and engage with people. That's what Facebook wants to see. When people are commenting on your posts, you need a comment to their comment. And then when they comment back, then you make another comment. And when they comment back, it's okay. Make another comment. It's called a conversation. We've lost this in network marketing, right? It's all about, let's massively spam and we will have an instant downline tomorrow, right? That's how some people think, a lot of them think that way. It's about relationships, turning, connections into relationships, and then into friendships, and then into lifetime partners. So that's what it's really all about. But if all you can do is consistently show up and post once a day, and then engage with people. Now you say, well, what do I post about, Jeff? Anything you want. Anything you want. It's up to you. But it needs to be something that, I mean, if you really wonder what people think about and people take an interest in, I remember my friend Ray Higdon said, just, if you're in a grocery store line, look at the magazines. What's the Inquirer talk about? What are, those weird magazines? It's like, who would buy this stuff? But they do. Anyway, it could be funny stuff, humor, whatever you want to post about to give value. All right, so now that, let's just say that, if you're in a wellness company, if you want to just post different, what you're making today at lunch. What are you putting? Is it a salad? Is it a soup? Is it a whatever? Things like that. If you're in a gym working out and you want to just talk about what you're doing in the gym and why you're doing it in the gym, what you've achieved in your personal life, anything that's helped you to achieve that. You have to decide. So you can mix it up. I would say don't have it all. I go to some people's pages, I'll see video. That's, got to break it up. You got to break it up. Show a photo of you going for a walk, just a walk and down a trail or something in the woods, Everybody's going to think, well, they might call the police. I mean, they're supposed to be in quarantine. How can they do that? You can always choose a picture from the past. It doesn't matter. And then you can always just talk about your thoughts about why you enjoyed that walk. Whatever you want to post about. Or if it's a training piece, you can do that. If it's just something to, teach people or advice you're going to give to entrepreneurs out there, you can post that. There's a lot of places you can find good material. But the thing is, and then if you want to cheat, just go to memories in your Facebook page. If you're brain dead for some reason that day, you just can't think, it's just, I'm not creative today. Go to memories. You'll probably find something that you posted last year, or sometimes they'll show you something you posted 8 years ago. You think anybody remembers what you posted last year? They don't. And if it's a photo, then download the photo. Don't share it. Facebook doesn't give very much views to any shares. Why? Because it's already been shared. They already saw it, right? So you have to trick the algorithm in Facebook. You can trick Al, and that is re-download the picture, and whatever you wrote, any content, just copy, resubmit the photo as a new photo, and then paste. Boom. The algorithm just sees it as new content, but you got it out of memories. And that's how you trick Al. You can trick Al that way. So that's the thing. So showing up consistently in Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to do, that's the most important thing. It's not about being, you have to be something you're not. Believe me, I'm amazed when I meet different 7-figure earners, and they're people so different. And if you looked at them, you would think some of them, they would be the most unlikely ones. It just, because they don't come across Hollywood. They don't come across that way at all. Some are nice looking, some are not. Some are thin and sexy, others are overweight. What's the deal? The deal is they show up consistently. And that's what you have to do. Now, what are some of now think about it. And that's why I said 5,000 people would join you today if they knew you existed. Like I told my friend, he asked me about attraction marketing. What do I got to do? Well, you got to show up. You got to be consistent. And that means you do it when you don't feel like it. I remember one time I was in New Zealand and I was with my sponsor, and I said to him, hey, let's do a Facebook Live right now, here. He said, I'm not in the mood. And immediately I said, what does that got to do with it? And that's how you have to think, friends. See, once you get yourself trained, you don't ask yourself how you feel. If you ask yourself how you feel, most likely it's always going to be, I don't feel like it. Therefore, And until today, he doesn't post hardly ever. And yet, he's seen me do very well over the years. Okay, so that's the thing. And that's the thing that you have to do is just understand you don't ever ask yourself, how do I feel? It doesn't matter how you feel. You do it. And that's what creates winners. The others are whiners because they'll just do it when they feel like it, and then they don't get the results fast enough, and then they quit doing it. They say it doesn't work. Well, isn't that what people say in network marketing? They give some meager effort, just something small, and they don't get big returns, and what do? Quit. Okay, well, a lot of networkers are treating social media the same way, making a little effort, expecting big results, and they quit. They quit posting. They quit showing up. They quit being consistent. And that's the thing that I wanted to really leave with you tonight is consistency. It's not about being spectacular. I promise you. I mean, I've been full-time in network marketing now for almost 28 years. It's not because I'm so better than you. I'm not. It's not because I'm so different from you. I'm not. It's simply that I don't ask myself, how do I feel? I just say, okay, I know what I got to do today. And I just show up consistently. And so showing up consistently, again, in your social media, show up consistently in your prospecting people. That is, make sure that you have a list, a tracking system that you've created, however you want to do it, where you're following up with people that you prospect. You've got to show up consistently. Even if it's part-time, it doesn't matter. I mean, how did I go full-time? At first, I was part-time. I didn't start full-time. I worked, had a job, but every day after I came in from a hard day's work, I would eat something and then I would go down the hallway, close the door, go to my desk, and I would get out my notes and I would start making phone calls. And I work it for a couple hours. That was it. Every day, couple hours. Maybe one evening it's only an hour. But I was always showing up consistently in my prospecting. It's very, very important to do that. Here's another area to show up consistently, and that is also in your communication with your leaders. You see, I have a lot of people get on these live calls, but a lot of them are not in my downline. They're in other companies. That's fine. I don't mind giving value out. I don't, because I've done well in this industry, and I feel like paying it back. And I pay it back not only to those who in my team who created a lot of the success that we have. But, but again, I'm grateful for that. But I'm also grateful for the people that have been my friends and even other companies, or like Ray Higdon, for example. What a great trainer he is. And so I just love giving back and giving value. So, but the good thing about it is that when you do live calls and your team members are getting on your live calls, you're also an example about really what they should be doing consistently. And that is showing up consistently in their social media, most important. And in their prospecting, maybe in the beginning, especially with new people, showing up consistently in Facebook is not the important thing. It's making that list and executing daily action, and that is prospecting, following up, but again, it's being consistent. I'm telling you, that's what wins the game. If I don't care how much noise there is out there in social media, it doesn't really matter. The fact is, the people that are consistent enough, that show up enough, are the winners every time, without exception. Again, 5,000 people would join you if they knew you existed. The question is, how do you get the word out? How big is your dream? What are you passionate about? What's the why, the reason why, what's driving you? Because, keep in mind, The very reason why you joined a network marketing company is because you have goals and dreams that have been delayed. In other words, you're not satisfied with your life, because if you were satisfied with your life, you wouldn't have joined. You wouldn't be doing this business. You would go do something else. But you came here because this attracted you. This offered you something you could not get in a JOB. And that's the reason why you came. Well, guess what? There's a lot of people just like you out there. A lot of people just like you out there. Again, 5,000 people would join if they knew you existed. So the thing is, for those of you that are new, make sure you're working that list. For those of you that have exhausted your list, start using social media right and start showing up consistently and engage with people. Again, that's part of the consistency. That is, when you add people, you might have met somebody in a Facebook group and you sent them a friend request, or they sent you one, engage in their pages. Take a little time. I'm not saying spend a lot of time. Take some time. And you can even have a targeted list, in for your Facebook contacts. And then that way you can specifically engage with each one in their pages, and then, not endless rapport, but then invite them to your opportunity. Again, yeah, I remember one event we went to, and one girl set a goal. She had she was in a different company, but at the event, and I just remember that she got a double-digit six-figure bonus because of the fact she was consistent in messaging every day and following up with people. I'm telling you, that's where it is. So I hope you got some value out of that. Consistency is what wins, not superstar appearance, not being spectacular as a speaker, or being clever the way you talk. It's just showing up day after day. And if you do that, that's what wins the game. Enough people will know that you're out there and they'll want to join with you. So I hope you got some value out of that tonight. And so, this is a great week. Great week. Beautiful day today. Just a gorgeous day. I hope you got great weather wherever you are. Thank you, Kirk. You're a good man. Good to see you. Hey, Kathy. Thank you very much. And Teresa, Tony, all you guys, thanks for getting on this call, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.